600 million AliExpress app downloads on Android alone, 14 million reviews left with an average rating of 4.5. Comparing to Amazon's around the same number of app downloads on Android, there are only 3 million reviews with an average rating of 4.3. I'm finding that I use AliExpress more and more in my everyday life. I just use it to buy household items. Because I find that Amazon, yeah, it's got a great service model, the quick delivery times, that's awesome. The fact that I can return my items 28, 30 days later, sometimes 6 months later, that's really cool. Yet, that's for the premium stuff. For the household stuff, well, you usually use it up. And why pay more if you can use AliExpress? But is it because I'm biased and I actually do my reviews and purchase most of the items that I bring in for reviews on AliExpress? That could be. But considering that my day job is all about numbers, I thought that it's prime time to actually look at the numbers, look at the data behind the demand for the marketplaces such as Amazon and AliExpress. What is the data showing us? So I went out and found some numbers, because data-driven decisions, they are the ones that matter. So firstly, we will be looking at Europe, and this is a very savvy market. They've got money to spend, money to burn, and let's take a look at what marketplaces they're actually using. As Dow Insights report, AliExpress has overtaken Amazon to become Europe's biggest online marketplace. Now, how this was devised is via a mapping of 100 of the best marketplaces operating in the EU, so that's the European Union, with 27 member countries, plus the UK, which has left the EU as part of its Brexit policy. This is not the only source that I've been using for my research. There are other sources out there which say the same thing. In 2021 and 2022, AliExpress was the number 2 marketplace in Europe. Number 1 was Amazon. In 23, this shift has taken place, where the number 1 marketplace is now AliExpress and number 2 is Amazon. So Europe has officially moved on to use AliExpress more than Amazon. And these stats are based on unique visitors going to AliExpress rather than Amazon. Now let's take a look at United States, because that at the end of the day is the motherland of the Amazon behemoth. Looking at the chart from Statista, here we have a number of unique visitors in millions to the 4 largest online marketplaces in the US from September 22 to March 23, essentially over a 6-month period. The blue line on the top is Amazon's unique visitors. The red along the bottom is AliExpress. So over September 2022, there were 217.6 million visitors to Amazon. By March, the number decreased to 210.9 million. That's a contraction of 6.7 million users, or a reduction of minus 3.1%. AliExpress had 17.1 million users over September 22 and 22.9 million in March 23, meaning an increase of 5.8 million unique visitors, or by 33.9%, over a third. I think it's quite obvious that we're seeing this systemic shift towards AliExpress, where so many people are starting to look at that platform. Maybe not a complete replacement for Amazon, because we know Amazon does provide a lot of the premium goods. AliExpress is still mostly focused on the Chinese-made goods, right? So the cheaper, the household goods. Plenty of electronics, though. They do have some non-Chinese goods as well. But we need to remember, AliExpress is a B2C business set up in China, and China is known to be the global factory. So a lot of the staple items or staple goods which we can plan for, right? So we know that we'll need this and that in the next 3, 4, 5 days, maybe a week or a month. We can plan for these and we can save money by going to AliExpress rather than get that instant gratification that we get from Amazon, because Amazon is great. It delivers things right to your door, right on time, especially if you're a Prime user. I love that myself, but I'm finding that for the premium purchases, that's great. But for the day-to-day stuff, well, in a world that's expensive, everything, I'm counting my money, right? I've got a budget that I need to hold up. And for that, I'm finding that AliExpress, for some of the items, is a better place to buy. In regards to delivery times, well, 3 to 5 days, sometimes 7 days. But I'm in Europe, I'm in the UK, right? So what happens here is that we've got so many warehouses that AliExpress has in Germany, France, and Spain, even in the UK, that it's so quick to get the delivery of many items. In the US, I'm not sure. It would be lovely to hear what my viewers have to say. How quick are the deliveries to United States, to the different states? Is it as quick? Is it as effective and efficient as in Europe? Because we can see by the numbers that, yep, Europe has really embraced AliExpress. And I think that's a lot to do with the service model, right? So how quickly the items get to the people's doorsteps. Another thing that I really like about AliExpress now is returns. Now, considering I am a watch channel and so many people complain all the time, oh, you know, I got my watch and it's broken, I was really upset, and they're basically sending out all these bad messaging about AliExpress everywhere. But to me, these people are trolls. Simply because I know that there's a returns policy and it's almost as good as Amazon. You don't like the item? Send it back. No questions asked, and you're going to get a full refund. Anyway, so that's the interesting thing here. I can make probably two conclusions which come to mind. So either the European market, why they've made the faster shift to AliExpress, is either they're more tech savvy than the US, but I doubt it. Really, I do. Because I think the entrepreneurial spirit is more in line with the United States and their population. But what is it then? Is it because they're more frugal and they look at their expenses and they're trying to save more or spend less? Is that it? Because the change is also happening in the US. You've seen that chart from Statista. It does look, it's not just AliExpress, like it's picking up the numbers. It's the other marketplaces as well. Obviously, the ones that offer some competition, maybe some more competitive pricing than Amazon. I'll give you an example. So I'll take 3 watch brands, and you can basically go to Amazon, go to AliExpress, and you can check what I'm going to tell you right now. Look up the watches from Lige, Addis Dive, or Pagani Design. You will be surprised that AliExpress actually charges at least half, or the Amazon prices are going to be at least double the price of what you see on AliExpress. Now, it's not the marketplace that's actually charging you, right? It's the sellers. But the sellers are basically milking that cow for what they can on Amazon, because they know that the people that haven't made the change yet, the people that are not looking to other platforms, we can milk them. We can charge slightly more and we can get that money. Let me know what your thoughts are about this video. What are the real reasons why we're seeing the shift in the usage or the unique visitors going to different marketplaces? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.